A highly contagious dog flu has hit Florida for the first time, infecting at least a dozen dogs statewide.
The virus strain originated in Chicago about 2 years ago, and health officials say it made its way to Florida at a recent dog show, although there are no known cases in Sarasota or Manatee counties. ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us live from Sarasota's Canine Corral with information on how to make sure your pet is protected. Kate?
Good evening, guys. There are a few things that you can do to make sure your dog doesn't get the flu, and it turns out there are a lot of similarities to flu prevention among humans.
Don't be sad, such a good boy.
Lynn Fellows calls her dog Jackson her pride and joy.
He's my companion, my buddy.
So when she found out the dog flu made its way to Florida, she immediately got in touch with her vet.
I didn't even know there was a dog flu. I've never heard of it.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, canine influenza, or the dog flu, is a respiratory illness spread easily among dogs. Symptoms include everything from a runny nose to a fever to a cough. Owner of Canine Corral, Mark Schamboer, says that's usually the first sign.
Seems like it has something that's stuck in its throat, and you go, oh my God, did my dog swallow something? No, it could be a symptom of kennel cough or the strain of this virus.
The virus is not usually fatal and is not known to be transferable to humans, but it can cause complications like pneumonia. It's actually very similar to the flu among humans, says Schamboer, with one major difference.
Humans don't mingle together like the dogs do. So dogs, when they play, their mouths go mouth to mouth, and they play in a pack.
That means dogs are at the highest risk of contracting the virus at doggy daycares, the groomers, dog parks, or even the vet. Anywhere where they might be interacting with other dogs.
Dogs that are only at home are really not at risk. It's the ones that are out in public that can actually catch the virus.
Since these are the first cases of the dog flu in Florida, the vaccination against the virus is not commonly given to dogs in the Sunshine State. But Schamboer recommends considering the vaccination. He also suggests disinfecting your dog's face and mouth after contact with other dogs, and even considering additional immune system support. His message, be concerned, but don't panic. Fellows says that's her plan.
He's my pride and joy. He's the only one I've got. So I gotta make sure he stays well.
If you think your dog might have the flu, you're asked to keep him quarantined for 21 days. Right, Toby? We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Kate. Very cute. Well, some police departments have started carrying protection for their canine partners. Officers are carrying naloxone, a drug that has long been used to reverse opioid overdoses in humans. Even a tiny amount of powdered fentanyl can sicken both officers and dogs who sniff out drugs during raids. So far, police in Massachusetts and Connecticut have started carrying the medication. If it's proven to be helpful, departments in other states may also start carrying it. 3 police dogs in Florida were rushed to an animal hospital last year after they ingested fentanyl. The dogs were given naloxone and they quickly recovered.
A Sarasota man is facing felony charges after sheriff's deputies say he molested a 13-year-old girl. Detectives began their investigation in April. They say a girl came forward claiming Bazad Izadi inappropriately touched her on 2 separate occasions at a condo he was renting on Siesta Key. The victim also told detectives that Izadi gave alcohol and Xanax to several other girls. This investigation is ongoing, and detectives believe there may be more victims.
New details now about a woman who's accused of trying to kill her children by driving her minivan into the ocean at Daytona Beach. A judge wants to know why 2 reports on the mental health of Ebony Wilkerson are different. In 2014, video captured Wilkerson driving her van into the Atlantic Ocean with her kids inside. She was charged with 3 counts of child neglect and child endangerment. She was found not guilty on reason of insanity, but she is now in a psychiatric hospital. A judge may decide to move her to a less restrictive facility. The suicidal man involved in a nearly 3-hour standoff with police at the Orlando airport on Tuesday appeared in court today. Michael Wayne Pettigrew answered questions from the judge before being released on $7,500 bond. He was arrested on an aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer charge after police say he pointed a gun at officers and himself and asked that he kill him. No shots were fired and no one was hurt during the standoff. Police say Pettigrew's gun looked real, but it was actually fake.
All right, we are on the first day of hurricane season and
Officially
already
here.
Something to watch out
Right, that's a little crazy. Let's head over to Bob and get a check on that.
Yeah, a little unusual to see this happening. We have a system in the Pacific, which may cross over Central America into southern portions of Mexico and then eventually emerge into the Gulf. And it has a small opportunity to develop back into a tropical depression or possibly a tropical storm. Right now, there it is. Right now making landfall or near so and into Mexico. Top winds are at 45. Even if it were to do so, it wouldn't be a very windy storm in terms of bringing big winds our way, but it would bring a lot of rainfall if it continues to head off toward the northeast. We'll talk more about the forecast coming up in just a few minutes from now. But for us, we have inland storms closer to home. You can see that activity east of I-75 as it has been all week long, and now it's going to change a little bit as the system out in the Gulf, a little upper level system, a little energy will make its way toward the east, I think, throughout the day on Friday. So a chance for some coastal showers and maybe us getting the act here right along the immediate coastline tomorrow late morning, afternoon. But right now the showers that were around Parrish have simply moved off to the east, so not much there right now. We'll have more on our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. Rescue teams are searching a mountain of debris for 2 missing employees after a fatal explosion at a corn mill in southern Wisconsin. Officials say last night's blast at the Didion milling plant in Cambria killed at least 1 person and injured about a dozen more. There were 16 employees working at the time of the blast. The explosion leveled some of the plant's structures, and some concrete storage silos are damaged but remain standing. Rodney Ashcraft lives near that plant.
It's like a bomb went off. I mean, just really, really intense. It shook the whole house like for a few seconds. And I didn't know what was going on. My wife immediately started crying, and it was complete blackout.
All area schools were closed for the day. Right now, this is being classified as a mass casualty incident. The investigation into the cause of the explosion is ongoing.
A construction accident in South Florida leaves 3 people hurt. The incident happened this morning at a construction project in northwest Miami-Dade. Officials say 2 crane lifts fell over. 2 people were seriously injured. It's unclear why the crane fell.
Police are investigating a possible hate crime at LeBron James's home in Los Angeles this morning. The NBA star is speaking out about it ahead of tonight's Game 1 of the NBA Finals. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the story.
Today, police are trying to track down the criminal who spray painted a racial slur on a gate outside of NBA star LeBron James's Los Angeles mansion.
The department takes hate crimes extremely seriously.
Investigators say the graffiti was reported by a property manager at around 6:45 Wednesday morning and immediately removed by workers. James and his family weren't in the home at the time, but the 4-time NBA MVP tells ESPN it prompted a difficult conversation with his children.
It hurts, and it's like unfortunate, and I got to sit here and I got to talk to my kids about what it means to grow up being an African American, a black kid in America. Because no matter how much money you got, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, at the end of the day, being a black man in America is very frightening.
The King and his Cleveland Cavaliers are a few hours north of the home in Oakland to face off against the Golden State Warriors in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And James admits his focus isn't entirely on the court.
I will be as focused as I can be on the job at hand. This is a situation where, it just puts me back in place of what's actually more important. And basketball is not the most important thing in my life.
And police say this is being investigated as a possible hate crime. They're now going over surveillance video from the area, hoping to find clues about the vandals responsible. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Florida is now the first state in the nation to issue what's essentially a birth certificate to women who have had miscarriages. Under a bill signed into law this week, the state will now be allowed to issue certificates of non-viable birth starting on July 1st. The certificates will only be provided if parents request them. Parents will be able to name the lost child on the certificate, but the document will contain language so that they're not able to use it as proof of a live birth. The Florida Department of Health is offering free screenings in Sarasota County this month. Services include blood pressure screenings, BMI measurements, diabetes glucose screenings, HIV and STD testing at select sites. For a list of these dates and locations, visit our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we mentioned.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, it's not a well-kept secret that getting some exercise and eating well leads to a healthy lifestyle, but those aren't the only smart choices you can make.
13 ways to live a healthier lifestyle when we return.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Save big during the summer leather clearance and pay no interest till June 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This special purchase deep-seating leather match sofa now $5.99. It's like floating on a cloud with this leather match sofa at $6.99. Or put your feet up in style with comfort in this dual reclining leather match sofa only $7.99. Exclusively at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big. ABC7's Prime Time is brought to you by Gattle Automotive.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Everyone knows that exercise leads to a healthier life, but what if you hate the gym? If this describes you, there are still plenty of ways to stay fit. Kim Hutcherson shows us some ideas.
The benefits of physical activity are well known, but you don't have to be in the gym every day to reap the rewards of exercise. Here are some tips from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Get social. Instead of going out to eat with friends, pick a group activity instead. Go for a hike, take a walk, or play an exercise-based video game. Find ways to move at work. If you can't use a standing desk, you could stand during phone calls or choose a printer farther away from your desk. Do something new. A new skill or unusual activity can kickstart your motivation. Try a dance class or sign up for a sports league. Dive in. If you don't like to sweat in the heat, head for the water. Take a swim at a community pool or sign up for a water aerobics class. Stay on track. Keep track of your activity and the food you eat with wearable technology or take advantage of tracking sites online. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
And now for a check on our forecast on the first day of hurricane season, here's Bob.
Well, Haley, I want to show everyone this. This is the June breeding grounds. You know, there's an old poem that kind of goes like, June too soon, July stand by, August it must, September remember, October it's over. Well, that's not really the case for us. October, November, big storms come here along the west coast of Florida. Well, this is where most of the action develops during June in the Western Caribbean. Also, I should say, in the Western Caribbean and the Western Gulf of Mexico. And then another place just to the east of Florida, there's another breeding ground there, and that has a tendency to move off into the Atlantic by the Bahamas and then push off in a easterly direction. Look at this graphic. This is from 1950 to 2016. The lines in green are where storms developed, and then the track, and look at Florida. Florida is right in the path of a lot of those storms that have developed in June. So we have to keep an eye on this one right here at Beatrice. And this is going to move across Central America. If it holds on and gets in the Bay of Campeche, there's a chance it could develop into another tropical depression and possibly storm and head off to the northeast. Even if it were to develop, it doesn't appear that it would be a big wind maker at all, but it would be a heavy rain maker, and forecast models are starting to pick up on it. Wanted to show you the spaghetti models, if you will, showing a forecast path and track right to the west coast of Florida. Now, this could be good news. It could bring us some very heavy rainfall, something we need because of the high fire danger. But we have to watch it very closely. Obviously, water temperatures in the mid-80s right here. There appears to be too much shear in the atmosphere to get anything going at this point. This is a research model right there. This is the hurricane research model. These yellow lines that you see right there, those are basically Canadian and European models. Although the AP is the GFS model, which shows that's the United States model, puts it right on in to the west coast of Florida. That's the Canadian model, I should say, puts it right into Sarasota. The other ones are the GFS. And the overall GFS, if you take them all together, which are about 20 runs, dissipated in the central Gulf of Mexico. Let's hope that's right. We have a lot of moisture out there in the Gulf right now. You can see out there a couple hundred miles west of the Sun Coast, and the inland storms are rather strong, which they have been all week long. We'll keep an eye on those for turning severe, but right now there are no severe weather watches or warnings for us. This moisture has a chance to make its way toward our coast tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. That's near the coast, so we could see some coastal showers with this. We will definitely see some clouds around, so it won't be as sunny as it has been. We'll have the mid to high level clouds moving in from the west to the east, and a chance for showers near the coast with a better chance inland late in the day, pushing off toward the east coast. That seems to be the pattern we're in, and we may stay that way too through the weekend with a steady stream of moisture coming up from the tropics. Just enough moisture in the atmosphere and instability to kick off showers and a few thunderstorms right through the weekend. So keep that in mind. Current conditions now at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. It's 86, 88 in Bradenton now. Venice checking in at 85 degrees. And the high today did warm again to 89, 1 degree above the average. Pretty close though. The high and low right where they're supposed to be for this time of year. 96 the record, set in 45, and no rainfall for the month thus far, but we really ended May above average, over 3 inches above average. The forecast looks like this for Friday. A few showers around near the coast, then mainly inland in the afternoon and evening. And the extended forecast is calling for more rain too in it. We'll talk about that in a minute. South to southwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be right around 2 feet, and a light chop out there. UV index going down because of the increased cloud on Friday. And then high tide 636. The low tide will be at 235. Tonight, partly cloudy. A few scattered storms, mainly inland, 73 for a low tomorrow. Variable clouds, a high of 85, so a little bit cooler because of the increased cloud cover. And the rain chances staying fairly high all the way through the next 7 days, and we'll be watching the tropics closely. If that system were to have an impact, it would be on late Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. North and southbound drivers are seeing delays along US 41 and 301 past Fruitville Road. Drivers are experiencing some congestion along I-75 as well. That's between Bee Ridge Road and Fruitville.
A follow-up now on a nationwide hack involving Chipotle Mexican Grill. The restaurant chain says customers who ate at 33 locations in the southern half of Florida may have had their credit card information stolen. As part of this hack, 4 of those locations are in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Chipotle has now issued a statement saying it has completed an investigation into the hack. The company says malware designed to access payment information has been removed. Chipotle recommends customers who think they might have been affected by this hack to review their statements and report any unauthorized charges to their credit card company. The discount shoe retailer Payless is looking to close more stores. Payless filed for bankruptcy last month and has closed about 400 locations so far. The company is asking a federal bankruptcy judge to let it close an additional 408 stores. If the judge says yes, that would bring the total of closures to more than 800.
The world's largest airplane is making its big debut. Take a look at the Strato Launch. It was moved out of the Mojave Air and Space Port Hangar in California yesterday to begin fueling tests, the first of many ground tests. The twin fuselage aircraft has a 380-foot wingspan, stands 50 feet tall, has 28 wheels and 6 engines. It's designed to release rockets that will carry satellites into space. The goal is to have a launch demonstration by 2019.
That's massive.
Yes, it is.
Microsoft is launching its Xbox Game Pass service. It will give Xbox users access to more than 100 games for less than $10 a month. The concept is not new. PlayStation Now already offers a similar service, but the difference is that Microsoft games would be downloaded instead of remotely streamed, which we're told is more reliable.
Okay.
They'll love it, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Entertainment news is next.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967. Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
ABC 7's Primetime is brought to you by Gattle Automotive.
Dashcam video shows how Tiger Woods was acting just moments before police arrested him on suspicion of DUI.
Police in Jupiter, Florida say they found the legendary golfer asleep at the wheel Monday at about 3 a.m. with his Mercedes still running. You can hear in the video Woods' speech is slow and slurred. Woods tells the officer he had taken medication. Police took him into custody for suspicion of driving under the influence. He was cited for DUI and improper parking. Woods later issued a statement saying he had an unexpected reaction to prescription medications and he takes full responsibility for what happened. Ginger Spice is apologizing for walking away from the Spice Girls nearly 2 decades ago. Jerry Halliwell left the group in the middle of a world tour in 1998, citing differences with her bandmates. When she was reminded about the anniversary of her departure on Twitter, she was quick to respond, saying, "I'm sorry about that. Everything works out in the end. That's what my mom says."
Jennifer Garner is not too happy about her cover story in People magazine. This week's issue features the actress smiling with the words "Life After Heartbreak." The article details her split from husband Ben Affleck, but the actress writes on Facebook that she did not pose for the cover or authorize the article. Meanwhile, a different tabloid is reporting the 45-year-old is pregnant with twins, but Garner is shooting down that rumor as well. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's hard to deal with all that. She has kids and she's dealing with the divorce and the price of fame.
I guess so. People want to know about their favorite stars.
Yeah.
Even when the information may not be true.
Right,
sometimes.
right.
All right. We'll be right back with more news and your forecast. Stay with us.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hurricane season is here, and once again, ABC7 is providing you vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast.
We'll show you how to prepare, and we'll open up the My Suncoast helpline to answer your questions on putting together your readiness plan and survival kit.
Join the official Suncoast Storm Team for Surviving a Hurricane, a live presentation of ABC7, your Suncoast News, tonight at 7.
Save big during the summer leather clearance and pay no interest till June 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This special purchase deep-seating leather match sofa now $5.99. It's like floating on a cloud with this leather match sofa at $6.99. Or put your feet up in style with comfort in this dual reclining leather match sofa only $7.99. Exclusively at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big.